Last time on Selrahc Games. Hello there, my friends. My name is Selrahc, and as you just saw in last week's video, we made a lovely cardboard carriage, perfect for medieval fantasy type games. And now, like everything in my life, we're going to wreck it. Now you might be asking, why Selrahc? Why are you doing this? Well, I get asked that question a lot, and about half the time the answer is, I'm doing it for Mordheim. In the game of Mordheim, after each battle, your warband explores and looks for treasure, and depending on what you roll on the exploration chart, you might find something unusual or extraordinary. I had the idea a little while ago to start making terrain pieces based on results that you find in the Mordheim exploration chart. We've already made ruined hovels, the results of rolling double sixes. As I am very experienced living in hovels, these burnt down wooden shacks seemed like the perfect place to start. And now that we have this fancy carriage, we can make the result for rolling double fives, the overturned cart. Alongside the fancy carriage I made in last week's video, I made this handy dandy cardboard base. Since this is going to be a piece of scattered terrain, I wanted to have a nice base to help keep it very sturdy and secure and good for playing on. I held it up at an angle to see sort of where I'd want it to be crashed, and then using my clippers, my scissors, and my hobby knife, I cut off the parts of the wagon around that angle. And then we can put it onto the base to see just where it would be crashed and how the pieces would look. Then just using my hot glue gun, it was a simple matter to glue the wagon, including its broken parts, onto the base. I even tucked in some of the parts that I cut off to show that it's not sunken into the ground, it's just crashed and smashed on it. And that's it for the wrecked carriage itself. To complete the base, we'll paint on some white glue on the edges and little spaces in between all of the stones, and apply dirt, copious amounts of dirt. And then if there's any parts that need more dirt to try and disguise the cardboard or just look better, we'll put on more glue and more dirt. Once the dirt is all dried, we'll give the model our primer, strengthener, base coat using a 50-50 mix of black craft paint and Mod Podge. And I like to start by doing the base, including the underside and edges of the base to give it a little extra strength and durability. Once the base itself is dry, then we can paint the same black paint and Mod Podge mix on the wrecked carriage itself. If you're concerned about lines from the brush strokes, you can always sort of stipple it before it dries. Once the black is dried, I like to give the entire model a fairly heavy dry brush of an off-white. This helps highlight all the different textures and makes painting much easier in our next step. I've said it a lot before, but I think it's worth repeating, that if you're somebody who finds painting intimidating, like I did for a very long time, this is a perfect place to stop. It'll give your tabletop a sort of a spooky black and white monochromatic look. And especially if you're playing a sort of dark fantasy game, it can look very cool. This is probably a good time to note that you don't actually have to destroy your carriage. If you're someone who built the carriage in our last episode and was wondering how I would paint it, then this section is especially for you. Continuing the theme of using a fairly limited palette, I'm only using a handful of colors here. And to start off, we'll paint all of the functional wood pieces with this nutmeg brown. And so this includes the wheels, the axles, the tongue and yoke, the frame, everything that actually does work in the wagon. For the decorative parts like the trim, we're going to use a darker brown, this burnt umber, to try and reflect like being a much more expensive and fancy kind of wood. For the wall panels itself, I wanted to go with a dark red, sort of like a burgundy wine kind of color, because I want this to seem very, very opulent, very decadent, luxurious, like a very fancy kind of carriage. When I made this project, I hadn't quite entered into my paint everything with washes phase yet, but you can see that we're still using a fairly thin coat here. After the dark red is dried, we're going to take a little more red paint into it for a lighter, and use that to highlight the flat areas, the wall panels, and the roof, to sort of create dimension, maybe? That might be the term I'm thinking of. We're sort of trying to blend it, so from very dark red on the edges of each panel by the wood, and then blending to lighter and brighter red in the middle. And this is the same way that I paint wall panels in the Mordheim ruins I make, the ruined buildings and such, and so painting the panels in a similar way for the wrecked carriage really helps tie it all in, I think, in belonging to the same setting. A sense of cohesion, maybe. Maybe even a sense of like the same sort of style. After that, take the same dark brown and paint it on the dirt. I like to stipple some around the base of the wagon, show a little mud. And then make sort of a light gray to paint on the stones, especially the big flat stones on the base, and dry brush any larger pieces of the dirt that look like rocks, little bits of gravel, stuff like that. And we're almost there already. For a few finishing touches, we'll make a little tan, dry brush some areas of the dirt to give a little color variation, dry brush some of the wood to make it look all dusty. For some reason, I decided the dark wood for the trim needed to look a little darker, so I just took a black dry brush and did the same there. And then I put it on anywhere else I thought was a little too light, so some of the ground areas as well. And with that, we are basically done. If you want it to look a little bit more weathered, you can just take a very light dry brush of the off-white and apply it on some places like edges, corners, stuff like that, just for an extra layer of dust on the wreckage. If your warband comes across an overturned cart, you roll to see what kind of treasure you find there. And so, being a big fan of environmental storytelling, I couldn't help but add a few little items. I made this pouch to contain gold, and the scroll to represent a map. I made both of those out of paper towel and glue, and I made this fancy little sword out of a toothpick. And we'll just glue them down in various spots to show the possibility of finding treasure in the overturned cart. This step is of course just me being extra, but I think it's pretty fun. And that's it, my friends. Lovely little piece of scatter terrain to add more flavor to your tabletop, and perfect for any medieval fantasy style game, but especially for Mordheim, to represent one of the more unusual things that your warriors can stumble across while exploring the city of the damned. And not only does this piece look good on the tabletop, it's a very fun and functional piece of terrain to play with. Your warriors can hide behind it for either total or partial cover, they can climb on top of it to gain an advantage, jumping down on their opponents, or getting better visibility for shooting and using ranged weapons. It has all the elements that make a good piece of scatter terrain, but it also is very thematic, fun to play on, helping create cinematic moments with your warriors that you will remember for a long time to come. And that's always been my favorite part of games like this. Moments. Things that happen that you'll remember long beyond the actual game. If you haven't seen it yet, you should check out last week's video, how to make the actual cardboard carriage. I have a Patreon page that I set up. I've been extremely inactive on it, but I'm working on making more, especially more benefits for membership. But mostly it's just there if you want to support me. A huge thank you to all patrons, past, present, and hopefully future. And thank you for watching, my friends. Take care, we'll see you in the next one.